Alright guys, so now we're going to take a look at preloaders, which are like animated spinners, and you can see I have one here already. The reason that I have this here and it's already has all its classes is because there's quite a few classes that you need to have one of these spinners, and I didn't want to just have you watch me type them all, and they're pretty repetitive. We have the circle 3 times, but this is a standard preloader, and I'm going to get to this. I'm going to show you how to change colors, how to change sizes, and so on. But before we do that, I just want to look at the progress bars. Okay, so we have determinate progress bars and indeterminate. So we're going to start with the determinate. So this div here, we're going to give a class of progress. Okay, we basically just have a nested div. And then the second one, we're going to give a class of determinate. And then we also want to give this a style attribute because we need to set a width. Okay, so basically how full do we want this to be? Let's say 70%. So that gives us a 70% full progress bar. If we were to do 50%, that'll be half full. Okay, now the indeterminate, if we were to give this a class of progress, just like the one above, and notice that these are in 6-column divs, or yeah, 6-column divs inside of a row. And then we'll give this a class of indeterminate and save. So this is kind of like a horizontal preloader. We don't need a width or anything like that because it's not actually a progress bar. It's more like a preloader type preloader that looks like a progress bar. All right, so now let's move on to the actual spinner preloaders. So like I said, this is the bare bones that you need to create this. You even need the active class. If I get rid of that, you'll see that it goes away. So make sure you have that. Now this says small red, so what I'm going to do is to change the size to small. I'm going to add the class small, save that, and you'll see it shrinks. And if I want this to be red, then I'm going to give this a class, or add to the class of spinner layer, and we're going to say spinner dash red dash only, and save, and now you'll see it's a red spinner. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just copy the whole preloader wrapper to the ending div here and go to the next one and paste that in, and we're going to change, this is standard blue, so I'll get rid of the small class and change this to spinner blue only and save, and now it's just the medium size or the standard size blue. Okay, if we want a big yellow one, we can go ahead and paste this in and change this to big, and then change this to spinner yellow only. So these are the only classes you really need to change if you want to change the look of these spinners. Alright, now we can also do a spinner with flashing colors, and this has quite a bit of markup. What I'm going to do is copy this last one we did, the big yellow, and paste this in here. Alright, now the idea is to have one wrapper and then to have a bunch of spinner layer divs inside. So I'm just going to space this out a little. So this is the first one, and let's say we want the first color to be let's say green. So we would change this not to spinner green only, but to just spinner green. Alright, and then we would take this, okay, not the preloader, but everything in it, and then add that down here, and we'll change this one to, let's say, blue. Say we want the second color to be blue, and then we'll go ahead and paste in another one, and we'll change this one to red. Alright, and then I'm going to save this, and now we have a spinner that's going to change colors. Okay, so it's going to fade from green to blue to red. Okay, and I know that's a lot of markup just for that one spinner, but you need that if you want it to flash different colors. Alright, so that's it. Not too much to this. It's pretty simple. This is actually going to be the last video on CSS components. So the next video we'll start to get into JavaScript, okay, or the next section, and we're going to look at the carousel.